Alright everyone, and welcome to today's video. Now in the last video we talked about conditional statements, but today we're gonna talk about if statements. Once you've understood conditional tests, you're going to start writing if statements. And there's so many different types of if statements which you're going to learn to use in this video. Now if you're ready for this video, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe so that you will not miss any future tutorials that are coming up. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first type of if statement I'm going to talk about is the normal if statement. The if statement that we use, just a single if statement with. So let's say we make a variable here called age 17, or make that an integer, and then we're going to check if something is happening. Now we're going to use a conditional test, which is if age is less than 18. So this is a simple if statement. It contains the if keyword and the conditional test, which we talked about in the last video. But here we're just going to do something simple, like print a message, for example, you are less than 18. Now when you run this, it's supposed to register this variable and then check if the variable is less than 18 years old. So we're going to run this real quick. And as you can see, it does print you are less than 18. But let's say we remove that and make it greater than. But now, as you can see, it didn't print anything because you are not less than 18. But then what if we want to print something? What if we want to print something if the age is greater than 18? Well, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use if-else statements. Now, as you may know, the if statement is not the end of it. There are still other things you can add to it. And one of them is the else statement. It's used in conjunction with the if statement, and it's just going to print a message if the condition you put in the if statement returns false. So let's say if your age is less than 18, you print you're less than 18, else we're going to print you are old. And that's not the right spelling of you are old. Now as you can see, this is the if else block. So for you guys to have a better understanding, we're just going to have a changing range, which is going to be the user input. Now as you can see here, I've made the age an input, which means we're going to be checking if the age inputted by the user is less or greater than 18. So let's test this. Now we have to enter our age. Let's say I'm 24 and it says you are old, because 24 is not less than 18, but it will just decide to return the second statement. So let's say I'm 15 years old, and then we're going to run that. 15, you are old. I put the wrong thing there, or I shouldn't have changed anything. Let's say I'm 15 years old instead, and it says you are less than 18. So as you can see, this is pretty much the most popular if statement, the if else statement. But there's something else, and it's a chain. So let's say we have another argument. We're not going to use another if here, although we could do that. It's not going to be too cool. Python has a way for us to do that, and that's a combination of the if statement and the else statement to form the else if statement, or the else if statement. Now this statement is just like an else if. It's like a second if, but if the first. Okay, this is complicated, but you get the point. So instead of using else, you can use elif to check if there is to perform another conditional test, and then when you're done with everything, you're going to use an else at the very end. So let's explain that real quick. So let's say we have amusement park. Hope that's the right spelling. And then we need checking age. So we need to check the age of the people that come into our amusement park. Kids go free. So if you're less than 5 years old, your payment is going to be $0. If you're between 6 and 25, you're going to have to pay $20. And if you're above that, you're going to have to pay $30, because grown adults don't play in amusement parks. And if they do, they're going to break stuff, so we have to charge them some money. So let's say we have all that in place. How do we put it in our Python program? So as usual, I'm going to leave this here so that the user can enter his own age and hopefully they don't lie. So first things first, we're going to check if age is greater or is less than 5. So if the age is less than 5, print fee is $0. So now we're going to use the elif statement, and then we're going to need a conditional test there. So elif age is less than, we can do here less than 6 because we want it to be 5 or less, because 6 is not going to be included. So here elif age is less than 26. We're going to print fee $20. And then we're going to do the else statement. If you're older than 26, you're going to pay $30. So you're going to pay $30. So fee is $30. Now as you can see, I have this all set up. If you're less than 6 years old, which is 5 or below, you pay nothing. If you're less than 26, which is 25 or below, you pay $20. And if you're more than 26, you're going to pay $30. Now, why is it like this? Well, that's because let's say someone is 4 years old. He's obviously less than 26, but he's not going to pay this amount of money because it's going to check if you're less than 6 years old first. So after this check, it performs this check and then this. So if we had put 26 here and then 6 here, everyone will be going for free because it runs the check first. So we would need to check the lowest age first before checking the other ages, so that we don't run into problems with our code. So let's run this. And yeah, let's say we are 5 years old with our mommies, with my mommy. And then, see, we go in free. So if you're 5 years old, you go in free. So it's returning the right fee. Let's test it for 22-year-olds. You pay $20. It's returning the right fee every time. But now let's check for someone who is more than 26-year-old, like my grandpa. Ooh, he pays $30. And probably he's not going to play at that amusement park. But you can see the code is working well. Of course, you can add more elif statements. For example, if you're having a discount for people who are 17, they're going to pay $15, for example. You can also add that into the block because you can use as many elif statements as you want. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you understood everything that's been explained in this video. Hope you learned something from this video. If you did, slap that like button. Also subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss any future videos. The next video we're going to continue with if statements. We're going to see how they work with lists, and also how to see how to style them, making them look better. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for this video. Like, subscribe, stay happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video.